in the relentless, unforgiving crucible of the NBA, where the pursuit of a championship is the ultimate obsession, and every decision carries the weight of a franchise's destiny. How long can a team, a city, and a passionate fan base endure the agonizing stasis of mediocrity, clinging to the fading echoes of a failed experiment while the rest of the league surges forward into a new era? For years, the Chicago Bulls have been caught in this purgatory, a team perpetually stuck in the middle, too good to truly bottom out, yet never quite good enough to genuinely contend. Now, as the winds of change finally sweep through the Windy City, a stark, undeniable truth is emerging. The Bulls are embarking on a long overdue, comprehensive reset, and one of the most prominent figures from their recent past, former All-Star center Nikola Vucevic, will unequivocally not be part of the picture beyond the looming 2026 trade deadline. This isn't just a roster adjustment. It's the definitive end of an era, a necessary, if painful, step towards a future built on a completely different foundation. The question isn't if Vucevic will depart, but how this inevitable separation will finally unfold. Nikola Vucevic, a two-time All-Star, arrived in Chicago amidst a flurry of optimism, a bold, aggressive push by the Bulls front office to construct a competitive core that could finally break through in the Eastern Conference. He was meant to be the versatile, skilled big man who could anchor their offense with his polished post-game, soft touch, and reliable shooting. At the time of his acquisition, the move signaled a clear intent. The Bulls were done with rebuilding, ready to contend. Yet, the reality that unfolded was a stark, often frustrating deviation from that grand vision. The roster built around Vucevic, featuring other high-profile additions, never quite coalesced into the championship-caliber unit the front office had envisioned. A cruel cocktail of injuries to key players, inconsistent performances across the board, and a league that relentlessly continued to get smaller, faster, and more perimeter-oriented, chipped away at the initial promise. Vucevic's presence, once seen as a cornerstone, became less impactful over time, a square peg in a round hole as the NBA's tactical landscape evolved. Vucevic's game, even at its peak, was always defined by finesse, touch, and half-court skill. He is a traditional center, a master of the mid-range jumper, a capable passer from the high post, and a solid rebounder. He operates with a methodical pace, relying on his craftiness and shooting touch rather than explosive athleticism or rim-running prowess. While this skill set still holds value in certain contexts, particularly for contending teams in search of experienced depth at the five, it is fundamentally at odds with the new direction the Chicago Bulls are now aggressively pursuing. The front office has made it abundantly clear they are building around a dynamic, youthful backcourt spearheaded by the burgeoning talents of Coby White and Josh Giddey. This new Bulls identity is predicated on athleticism, blistering pace, and positional versatility, a philosophy designed to thrive in the modern, open-court NBA. Vucevic's deliberate, half-court-centric style simply does not align with this vision, making his continued presence an increasingly awkward fit, a relic of a past strategy that failed to deliver. Last season offered a microcosm of this growing disconnect. While Vucevic still posted respectable numbers, his on-court impact often felt diminished, a consequence of the team's constant tinkering with rotations and its struggle to find a consistent offensive rhythm. He frequently found himself out of sync, a testament to the fact that even a skilled player can become less effective when their individual strengths don't complement the collective identity of the team. The Vuc era, once heralded as the dawn of a new competitive age for Chicago basketball, is now undeniably nearing its conclusion. The initial bold gamble, made with the best intentions, simply did not yield the desired results, and the franchise must now pivot with decisive action. The impending departure of Nikola Vucevic is not a matter of speculation. It is an undeniable inevitability, a ticking clock counting down to the 2026 trade deadline. Vucevic is currently entering the final year of his contract, a critical juncture that significantly impacts his trade value and the Bulls' strategic options. While the Bulls have yet to find a definitive suitor in a potential trade, the expectation reverberating throughout the league is that one way or another he will be moved. The front office is acutely aware that his salary slot, currently a substantial figure, becomes infinitely more valuable to Chicago in the form of future financial flexibility than as a fading presence in their rotation. This isn't merely about shedding salary. It's about clearing the decks, creating the necessary cap space and roster fluidity to truly commit to their long-term reset. Should no viable trade partner emerge by the February trade deadline, a buyout remains a very real and increasingly likely possibility. This scenario would see Vucevic become a free agent, allowing him to sign with a team that offers a better fit for his skill set and potentially a clearer path to a contending situation. For the Bulls, a buyout, while not recouping any assets, would still achieve the primary goal of freeing up salary and roster space, allowing them to fully embrace their youth movement without the lingering presence of a player who no longer fits their strategic blueprint. The market for Vucevic, while perhaps not robust enough to command a significant return of draft picks or young talent, is certainly not non-existent. There are numerous teams, particularly those with playoff aspirations, that could benefit from his veteran presence, his ability to provide size, and his scoring from the bench. A playoff-caliber group might eye him for second-unit stability, offering a reliable offensive option and an experienced rebounder. Alternatively, a younger team in need of a veteran presence, a steadying influence in the locker room, and a player who can still contribute offensively could take a flyer on him. The key takeaway, however, is clear. It is highly improbable that Chicago will walk into March still paying a player they have so clearly outgrown, a player whose skill set no longer aligns with their ambitious, forward-looking vision. The decision to move on from Vucevic is not just a tactical one. It is a profound acknowledgement of the Chicago Bulls' new identity. This is a franchise now committed to building from the ground up, with a clear emphasis on developing young talent and cultivating a specific style of play. The future of the Bulls is now firmly rooted in the dynamic talents of Coby White and Josh Giddey, two guards who embody the athleticism, pace, and positional versatility that the front office craves. White has shown flashes of brilliance, evolving into a legitimate scoring threat and playmaker, while Giddey brings a unique blend of size, passing vision, and rebounding from the guard position. This young backcourt, with its ability to push the tempo, create off the dribble, and defend multiple positions, represents the core around which the new Bulls will be constructed. This philosophical shift will dictate every future roster move, every draft pick, and every developmental strategy. The Bulls are no longer interested in piecemeal additions or quick fixes that might push them into the play-in tournament. Instead, they are embracing the patience required for a longer-term reset, understanding that true, sustainable success is built on a coherent vision and the organic growth of young talent. This commitment to athleticism and versatility means that future acquisitions, whether through the draft or free agency, will be evaluated through this new lens, ensuring that every piece fits seamlessly into the overarching strategy. The painful lessons learned from the Vucevic era, the perils of forced fits, and the limitations of a roster built without a clear, cohesive identity are clearly informing this new, more disciplined approach. For the long-suffering fanbase in Chicago, this impending move is not just a relief. It's an answer to a plea that has echoed through the United Center for quite some time. The desire to see the Bulls commit to a clear direction, to shed the dead weight of past failures, has been palpable. The Vuc era represented a period of unfulfilled potential, a frustrating cycle of hope and disappointment. Now, as the team finally prepares to turn the page, there is a collective sense of anticipation, a belief that while the road ahead may be challenging, it is at least a road with a clear destination. The question of whether Vucevic departs via trade or buyout is merely a logistical detail. The fundamental truth is that his time in Chicago is coming to an end. It is a necessary, albeit bittersweet, farewell to a player who gave his effort, but whose presence ultimately became a symbol of a vision that simply didn't materialize. As the Chicago Bulls finally prepare to close the book on a chapter that never quite delivered on its promise, what are your thoughts on this long-awaited pivot? Do you believe that moving on from Nikola Vucevic, whether by trade or buyout, is the essential first step towards a brighter, more coherent future for the Bulls? And how do you envision this new, athletic, and versatile core led by Coby White and Josh Giddey, shaping the identity of his storied franchise in the years to come. Share your insights, your hopes, and your predictions in the comments below. And if you're as invested in the dramatic shifts and strategic gambles of the NBA as we are, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exclusive reports and dynamic analysis that keeps you at the forefront of every critical storyline in the league. Your engagement fuels our passion for the game.